Is it recording?
Now it is. Here, just try putting on the headphones. They should be under you, on like the shelf thing. Cool. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. We can go no headphones, but I'm just curious.
What if I do this?
So is it really not able to go on top at all?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me. How's that?
Nah.
No, we don't have to. No headphones. No headphones this time, guys. Did I? Okay, hold on. I always get paranoid that I didn't turn on the cameras. Okay, that's on. That's on. Okay.
Oh shit.
What?
I actually took a bite out of it. Almost.
You took a bite out of my microphone? Nasir! I've only had them for 4 episodes. And now you're eating it? Okay. How did I want to open this? Oh yeah. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Nasir Solomon.
Daniel Strohman.
Talk some more. So, if you're just listening to this, Nasir brought a helium-filled balloon and...
Yeah.
Say not the Daniel Strohman podcast.
Not the Daniel Strohman podcast.
Should I use that for like my intro?
Yes.
All right, get that last bit.
All right, let's start.
I don't know how to start this now because...
Daniel Strohman.
Oh, that's so funny. So Nasir literally snuck a balloon here, and you kind of had to sneak yourself here too. Like, I know, like every time we hang out, you have to tell your parents like that you're doing something else. Like at the moment, we're supposed to be skating and playing spike ball.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't know, just in the past, I've heard that you've had to like make fake emails for people like me and Mike and then text it to yourself to tell you the plans, which you then show to your parents. I don't know. What is like, can you name like a specific, what's the craziest thing that you've had to like pull off to get out of the house?
I think the email.
Yeah. Wait,
email.
So what did you do exactly?
Like, I just made a Gmail account. Like, I was like, hey, Aiden, can you email me? So Aiden invited me to this like game night or whatever. So I was like, Aiden, can you email me? Cause like I can't have his Snapchat. So like if my parents need to see the invitation, they'll just look at my email. And then after a while, like he didn't respond after an hour. Like he didn't even open the Snap yet.
Oh really?
So I was like, you know what? I'll just make my own aidentech@gmail.com and I'll just I posed as Aiden. I'm like, hey Nasir, can you come to this game night?
That's amazing, dude. You some of the stuff you pulled off is like crazy. I could never come up with like schemes like that. That's amazing. Is it like, because I mean, your parents run a pretty tight schedule like around you. Like, I don't know, like how often do you, I guess how many times are you like told no that you can't go out? Is it like literally all the time?
I mean, yeah, when I first started asking like freshman year and like sophomore year, like just no a lot. And then like they just kept telling me no. So I ended up like just not asking them anymore. Yeah. Like as often.
Yeah, and you do have to kind of like figure out these ways to get around it and like come up with like different reasons to get out of the house. Like I remember for a bonfire that we both went to, you had to tell your parents that it was a soccer like team bonding exercise sort of thing. Yeah. You doing all right? Are the nerves getting to you a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I remember with Isaac's podcast, like I mean, looking back on it, it wasn't too bad, but just that whole time I was so nervous and I was like dying and like, dude, like I get it. It's gnarly. You know, something that actually helped me with do you want to light some incense? I totally forgot to ask you. Yeah, with I didn't mean for this to turn into a thing where I light incense at the beginning of every episode, but I guess it's a thing now.
Check out the slider trick.
Oh.
Wait, that wasn't even good though.
Here, do it again. Oh, so if you're just listening to this, Nasir, like, so he like.
Oh, let me do an. No, I probably shouldn't do an ASMR.
No, I mean, go ahead, whatever. I don't care. You already took a bite out of it.
Oh shoot.
Oh. Very
nice.
Very nice. Oh yeah. So, what kind of incense are you looking to do? Oh, and I totally forgot to explain what you did to the people who are listening. So basically, what Nasir did is like, so we have I keep lighters on the desk for the incense to light the incense, right? So what you can do with lighters is like, since they're gas lit, you can just press the button, release the gas into your hand, and then just light it. Just light the gas that's built up in your hand, and it makes a cool flame.
Dragon's blood.
Dragon's blood. Ooh, that was last week. I was telling that's the one I usually go for.
So how do you take this out?
Just
take it out.
Yeah, just take it out. You might have to pull. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Stick that bad boy in there, and I'll take this.
And heel.
Yeah, here, like. Yeah, there you go. Also, if you're watching this and you're wondering why we don't have headphones, that like Nasir's afro is literally too delicious. It's way too big for. You might have to light that again. I don't know if it's going. Nasir's afro is literally too big for the headphones to go on his head. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. You don't have to light it up like that, Nasir. What are you doing? They can't see this, but the flame you made is so big. Gonna burn my house down.
That smells good.
Yeah. All right. Feeling a little better?
Yeah.
A little better?
Yeah.
I was gonna say something I did before my podcast with Isaac was I meditated for 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's something like. Is there anything that you do regularly to get yourself in the zone or in the mood or anything like that?
Not really.
Not really. Gotcha.
Not really.
Yeah, me neither. I used to have really good habits. I used to stretch every morning. I used to. I did take up meditation for a bit. Like I'd meditate for 5 minutes every morning.
I did start stretching like my lower back.
Oh, that's good.
Like skating has been hurting it a lot. Like, so like the stretch goes like you kind of go in like a doggy style position. And like you just arch your back as low as you can. It's like,
do you remember in geometry when our teacher for that class, like, so basically at Marshall it was either every Thursday or Friday, we did this thing called Mustang time because we were the Marshall Mustangs, and for like and they would like shorten each class by like 4 minutes. So in total, it would give us like an hour before all the classes started. And basically they would send you to like a predetermined classroom, and our geometry teacher would do yoga.
She brought whole yoga mats.
Yeah, she brought yoga mats for everyone who like was in her classroom. And I remember one time I had to do this position. So we were going around in a circle. We each had a card with a position that we had to show to everyone. And I remember my position was called the bridge. And I had to so it was like a reverse doggy, right? So like I was like holding myself up by like with like my arms and my legs and just thrusting my crotch into the air. And I was wearing tight pants that day. It was not the day to do it. But yeah, I was gonna say I took up meditation for a little bit. I don't do it anymore, but anytime that I need to get like in the zone, I take like 5 minutes to meditate. You want to do a 5-minute meditation session right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can cut this part out.
No, I'm not.
I mean, the whole 5 minute meditation.
The whole 5 minute. This is my podcast. I'll do what the fuck I want. All right. So basically there's there's different like styles of meditation, but basically I think the most common one that I've heard of is basically just get comfortable. Usually for most people, that means like crossing your legs. And then if you want to do something with your hands, like most people will do like just like lay your hands in, just lay your hand in your other hand, put that over your legs, and then just close your eyes. And the main idea is to focus on your breath. Like you try to just try to describe your breath to yourself in your head. Like look at the texture, how hard you're breathing. Just focus solely on your breath, and don't worry about your mind drifting off into other thoughts. Like it's completely fine if you do that. Like if you start thinking about something else, like, oh, what did I have for breakfast today? Like if thoughts like that come up, you just go thinking.
Gotcha.
Like in your head or whatever, and then you just go back to focusing on your breath, and you just do that for 5 minutes.
Guys, do this with us.
You can do this with us. You actually can. So I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes, and it gets to be a struggle towards the end, especially for me, because like I don't know, I just get really antsy by like the 3 minute mark. So I mean, dude, we'll just go right in. You ready?
Yeah.
Did you expect to do this when you came in?
No, not at all.
Me neither. All right, 5 minutes. All right, just quiet your mind. Focus on your breath and just breathe. And don't worry about the time, because the timer will go off after 5 minutes.
Okay. Okie dokie. Lips are twitching.
Shh. Oh, there it is. That was 5 minutes. Did it feel like the longest 5 minutes of your life?
It really felt. It felt really short.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, every time I do that, it feels like once I hit 3 minutes, it feels like it's been like 10 minutes or something. I don't know. I'll go ahead and I totally just punched the table. Ooh. Go ahead and like bring the microphone down like to your mouth. Yeah, like just move it around. Like you can just grab it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Here we'll point that. A little better. There you go. That's good. Yeah. So how was it? Do you still feel nervous? Is it like the same? Yeah. I mean,
like kind of helped.
Yeah. If it's good as like a sort of reset, I guess, just to remind yourself that like whatever thoughts you have in your head, you're not really connected to them. You can just take 5 minutes to focus on something else, like your breath. And if nothing else, it's just I think it's just a good reminder of discipline, just to like that it is possible to just take those 5 minutes and basically do nothing. So yeah, that's something I did for a bit, something I should get back into, but I just haven't. But yeah, something like that is really helpful.
It's kind of hard to like stop myself from like, I kind of kept trying to laugh.
Yeah. Like laugh about what? Were you just like nervous?
I was just laughing about how we're actually doing a 5-minute meditation on your podcast.
Yeah, I know it's kind of silly, but I don't know. It's like, why would you do that on the podcast? It's just 5 minutes of nothing. But again, like it's my podcast. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. And I think that's as far as nerves go, that's another good thing to remember, that like, you know, you're here doing this podcast with me. Like if people don't want to listen to you, then they're not going to listen to you. They can click off of this video or podcast anytime that they want. But the people who stay are the people who are there for you. And like, it's just good to remember that you're not obligated to other people, really. You're not obligated to, you know, they're not entitled to your like they're not entitled to your opinion, I guess. You don't have to pander to them all the time. Yeah. Like obviously you want to be a good person, you want to be thoughtful of other people, but it is important to be yourself. Well, speaking of like good habits, I've heard you started working out a little bit.
I have for like I started like and then I worked out the other day.
Oh, really?
And then I just started throwing up because like I was drinking this muscle milk. It was like really gross.
So you worked out until
for
you
2 days.
threw up.
Yeah, for 2 days, and then I stopped. Like,
really?
I pretty much stopped like a week and a half ago.
Oh, really? So was it just like it was just like too much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I really need to get used to it though. Like,
yeah, it is tough getting into it. What did your routine look like? Because you did it at home, right?
Yeah, I just did like as many sit-ups as I could, as many push-ups.
Okay.
Like, about like, I mean, like actually not as many as I could, but like I did like 40 push-ups.
Oh, that's so impressive.
60 sit-ups, and then like I did a bunch of lunges with like these weights we had at home, and like squats and stuff, and wall sits. Wall sits are tough.
Yeah, dude. I like even just doing like a minute-long wall sit. That's hard shit. I
did like 100 calf raises too. Like
100.
my legs were cramping up so bad,
dude. One day I just decided like to just go for 100 squats in a row, and by did you do anything like squats? Or I mean,
yeah,
you did lunges,
I did like 50 squats.
Yeah, dude. Once you hit 50, you want to cry.
Yeah.
But you really just have to push yourself. Sorry, were you gonna say something? Were you gonna say? Oh, okay, yeah. But it's just like a matter of pushing yourself to do it. With wall sits and like planks, I have trouble doing because like those things are just so boring. You just sit there and like you just sit there with your stomach hurting.
Like,
sorry.
Yeah,
I keep interrupting.
I try to count like out loud while I'm doing my wall sit, so I have something to do.
Yeah,
and like. It just hurts. It hurts. It really hurts.
Yeah, it's not like lifting weights where you feel powerful even. You just sit there and hurt for a bit.
Yeah.
What was that? You said something about... Oh, yeah. So, going back to that idea of like finding something to do while you're working out. Even like it's super common to wear earbuds while you're working out, right? Like Like it's not like this weird thing. But I found that like anytime that I work out without earbuds, without anything I'm listening to, it's a much better workout.
Yeah.
It's a little more boring.
Yeah, I think like with earbuds, like with music playing in your ears, like,
oh, there goes your phone.
oh,
Do you need to check it?
No.
Okay.
It's probably like something.
That's an Amber Alert.
No. So I was saying, like, what was I saying?
You were saying something about not wearing earbuds.
It feels like it takes a lot longer to finish your workouts with music, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never really felt that. Well, I can see it. I can see it because without earbuds, you're just completely focused on the workout.
Yeah, you're like not focused on like with music, I focus on like the length of the song that I'm on. I'm like, all right. And like it makes me more conscious of time, you know?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Huh. I've never really like I usually don't listen to music when I'm working out. I usually put on a podcast just so like I mean like that way I'm not really focusing on that length of time. But yeah, I can see how it makes it feel like it takes forever. Yeah, but yeah, speaking of music, Tyler, the Creator, just came out with an album called Call Me If You Get Lost. What did you think of it?
I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
Yeah, you were actually telling me like a week before that like Tyler was gonna be dropping a new album. I'm like, really? I haven't heard anything about it.
So I saw a post about it on like Instagram or something. It was like, call me if you get lost on a billboard with this phone number. If you call this phone number, a snippet of a song plays. I didn't believe it at first. I just called the number.
Really?
And it actually worked.
Oh, dope. Yeah, like that was an interesting thing he did with it. Like you could call a number and then it would like play a snippet of a song. I never called any of the numbers, but I remember Mike was over and he called one. It was like, oh, that's like an interesting little thing. Yeah. I thought that, well, first of all, I liked it. At first, I didn't like it. Going into it, it just felt like all the songs felt like kind of the samey to me. It felt like
I felt that too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like each song just kind of like blended with the other, which could be good, could be bad, but I felt like it felt more repetitive than anything. But after re-listening to it multiple times, I was like, oh yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, that's how it kind of felt with Igor. A lot more.
Oh really?
Like I could not put one song from Igor in like any of my playlists.
Oh really?
Yeah, it just blended together like so well. Like the whole album felt like just one song.
Really? Because like with Igor, I actually felt the opposite with that. I felt like each song was unique, even though it all like, because that was a conceptual album, right? He was trying to tell a story through each of the songs that contribute to a narrative. But like even though like that was the intent, I felt like all the songs were unique, like from Earthquake, like you make my earthquake, and then going into, I think the next song was, I think it was like, whoa, dumb shit. Or I don't know if that's what he said, but like that's kind of what the beat sounded like.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's interesting. I felt like the album was sort of it reminded me a lot of Smuckers, or not Smuckers. That's of Cherry Bomb.
Yeah.
Smuckers is a song off that album.
It reminded me like the second half.
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb.
Yeah. Just like that sort of noisy vibe with some like lo-fi groovy songs thrown in there. But overall it was kind of like a throwback to his early days, just taking what he's recently done with like Flower Boy and Igor, where those are more like summery, vibey albums, whereas his old stuff was like hardcore, gross out.
Yeah, it was nice to hear him rap again, I thought.
Yeah.
Really
It was nice to hear him go back to those like his old styles a little bit, with just like a whole new, with like his new improvement on his sound. That was really interesting. What other kind of music are you? Oh, sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say like funny things. Like first time I started listening to it, like the night it came out, I left my Spotify settings like on shuffle still. Like you know how it has those settings on the bottom of the screen?
Yeah.
Like I left it on shuffle still. and then like I played like the first song, and after that it went to like straight to Wilshire. And it was like the 8-minute track, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this really the second track?" And I checked again. It was like, I found out it wasn't the second track.
Yeah,
And
Wilshire
it was
it was interesting for sure. Like the story he told was like it was really well told. It was very
just
thorough.
so long.
It was such a long song, and the beat never really changes.
Mhm.
It's just 8 minutes. Like it's a fun listen to. It's fun to listen to it once, but I don't think it's a song that you can like put on a playlist or really go back to, unless you're really into that storytelling shit. What was your favorite song off the album?
Run It Up was really good, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or like either Run It Up or what's that one? I can't even remember the name.
Gotcha.
It's like
my favorite off of the album. Sorry, did you remember?
Ahead,
okay, my favorite off of the album was What's Your Name?
What's Your Name?
Yeah,
I really like that one. I really like that one once he put the like snippet out, but I listened to it so much that I think I didn't enjoy it as much.
That's
it was so annoying. Like yeah, like I listened to it on the album, and I was like, I listened to it so many times, like I didn't really enjoy it as much as like the other work on the album.
Yeah, I do that a lot to some of the artists I like. Like for a period of time, I've almost exclusively listened to Kanye West, which like he's a good artist. He's got a good variety of music, and like I think if I had to pick like one favorite artist of all time, it would be Kanye West. But I listened to his music almost exclusively for such a long time that at this moment in time, I don't really listen to him at all. Again, his music is good, but I kind of dragged it through the mud by listening to it constantly. What other kind of music are you listening to at the moment?
At the moment, I've been listening to like some other hip hop rap people.
Yeah, like anyone in particular?
I've been listening to Lil Ugly Mane.
Oh, what did he make? Can you name me songs?
Uneven Compromise.
Okay, I don't know. I've heard the name, but I don't know. I haven't listened to any of his songs.
Yeah, he's got that good bass and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm just like really. It's like, I don't know. It feels different than any of their rap I've listened to. It sounds like a lot like the old rap.
Yeah,
the old.
I used to not like the old rap styles, like a hip hop, the hippie to like it's like that. I don't know how to describe it, but like there's a like the old rap has a distinct flow to it that
Uneven Compromise sounds like old horrorcore rap.
I wouldn't know what that sounds like.
It's like it's really deep bass.
Okay.
And like really, I mean, kind of grimy.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I wouldn't know what that sounds like, but yeah, I used to not like that whole like old school style rap with or like that old school style flow. But I think one of my new favorite songs of all time, if not my favorite song of all time, is what's it called? Oh, Can I Kick It by A Tribe Called Quest.
That's a good one.
That was like similarly to the Tyler album. Like I do this with a lot of artists and songs, and just like I'll listen to it the first few times and I'll hate it, but like I'll be like, you know what? I'll give it a chance for whatever reason. I'll give it some more chances, give it some more listens, and then over time it grows on me. And maybe that's just me forcing the music on myself, but
I mean, if you enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, if I enjoy it, like, why would I stop listening to it? But I was gonna say a lot of my favorite artists and favorite songs come about because like I hate them at first, but then I force myself to listen to them, and then I like them more and more until like I basically listen to them all the time. That's what I did with Death Grips.
Dude, me too. Eli showed me Guillotine for the first time, and I was like. I was like,
it goes. I was like,
this is kind of hard, but like, it's a little weird. But as I listened to it more and more, like I kind of became more familiar with the style.
Yeah. Yeah, well, once you get used to it, and once like you definitely have to go in with an open mind. But like something like Death Grips, like their music is just so unique. It's so beyond anything else. Like I would just describe it as dense.
Yeah,
there's just so much going on, and I really like. I really like a lot of media like that. Like one of my favorite animes is FLCL, otherwise known as Fooly Cooly, and like. Similarly to Death Grips, it's just like jam packed, full of things happening all the time. There's not a second that like where like the momentum stops. It's just so densely filled.
Dude, Attack on Titan was kind of crazy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I watched up into like the last episode.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I like that whole because they just came out with the first part of the 4th season, and that whole time, like, because I knew they were saying that was gonna be the last season, and so I was just waiting for like the like, you know, final battle or whatever happens, and it was getting towards the end of the season, and like basically nothing had happened up to that point, and like the plot of the 4th season had just started. Spoiler alert. So like Eren just like switched sides, and like he just got his insurrection going, and you were like, okay, like this just started. This can't be the last few episodes.
Yeah.
And then the last episode of that first part came, and then like by the end of it, I was like, oh, they duped us. They duped us hard.
Yeah.
There's going to be a second part to the season.
I'm so glad like I didn't watch it as it came, like as it was coming out, because like what I've heard is like season 4 was terrible because it just kept people waiting and waiting for action to happen. But like so like week after week, a new episode would come out, and like it wouldn't be like, it would be kind of boring, you know?
Yeah, like the middle of the season was really good when Eren was on what's the island called? Marley? Something like that. Anyway, and like he just fucked up that island.
Dude,
that was crazy.
I love that. Like I thought it was like it felt really satisfying to me.
Yes.
Yeah, after what happened in season 1.
Yeah, it was it was cool to see how it all built up to that. Yeah. How did you feel about the animation on that season? Because it was different from the past seasons.
I didn't see much of a difference.
Oh, really?
Like maybe in the battle, like when Eren like turned into the Titan and stuff, like that was kind of different, but like I didn't really mind it.
Okay. Yeah, at first to me it was super jarring. It was like that's the new character model. It was like, because it was animated by a completely different studio. So like watching like the new studio insert their own animation style, like it wasn't bad by any means, but it was
a bit odd, I think.
There were moments where it was hard to tell which character was who. Yeah, like some of them were like you could tell, but others it was like, okay, I thought I've seen you before, but it doesn't look quite right.
Dude, like the shift from Naruto to Naruto Shippuden was like so weird to me.
Really?
Because like I think like so many characters like changed. Well, in like the same way that like they all grew up.
Yeah.
The same way that Eren Yeager and like
that makes sense. Grew up. That makes sense. I can see that. Have you watched all the way through Naruto Shippuden? Mm-hmm. Dude, I wish I liked Naruto more. I'm kind of on this like love-hate relationship with it, where like I grew up with it, right? So like I automatically want to like it. Like and I think some of the storylines are really cool, and I think some of the characters are really cool, but I can't get over the fact that some of the battles are just like really shitty. Like I think I think my favorite battle from Naruto Shippuden was Naruto versus Pain. Like when
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, like when Pain comes into the Hidden Leaf Village, just blows up the entire thing.
I didn't think he would do it.
Yeah, dude, it was like, oh shit, like they just did that.
Yeah,
they just destroyed the entire town. And like what I liked about it was like this enemy was so powerful, and like there were very high stakes. Like there were actually like characters dying. And like the story arc of that battle was just really cool, but there are parts of it where I just can't get over the fact that the animation is like kind of bad. Like there's like,
oh, I know what you're talking about, like where it's like way less detailed and like kind of cartoony, like Looney Toony.
yeah, it's like there's like they'll be battling and maybe the character models look good, but everything in the background is just so sparse compared to like when like characters are standing still.
Yeah,
And it, like I can't get over that, but it's a fun show, but I don't think I can even put it in my top 10.
yeah.
Yeah, what would you say is like your favorite anime so far? Because you've been watching a lot recently.
I really couldn't tell you that.
Gotcha.
Like, so like I've been starting to watch Death Note now.
Yeah.
And I really like how the protagonist is like kind of a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like I like how it's different from other animes, you know?
Yeah, it's like there's not really a good or bad side to that show. It's just like two opposing forces with good ideas and both with flawed ideas. And what's interesting is that they both know who each other are from the beginning, and they're just trying to figure out a way to. In Light's case, he's trying to figure out a way to kill L, and then L is trying to find a way to prove that Light is the what do they call him? Kira, yeah, that they're trying to prove that he's Kira, and I just think that's such an interesting dynamic that, like, you know, it's not really a mystery. It's like they're just trying to outwit each other, and I think that's such a cool concept.
And like I really liked Attack on Titan too.
Attack on Titan's so good.
So good. And then it's just like the animes are so like different in the plot lines.
Yeah.
That you can't really. I don't think you could, like, I can't really say which one I like the most.
Yeah. Okay, I get that. I really like Attack on Titan too, because there's like real stakes in that. Like they're not afraid to just kill off a character that you like. Like I remember there's going to be so many anime spoilers, so just watch out if you're listening. So if you're trying to watch Attack on Titan, just like skip a few minutes. But I remember, I think it was still the first season when Eren joined Squad Levi. And that you get to know these characters for a little bit, and then by the end of the season, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Every single one, except for
crazy.
Levi and Eren. And it was just like, oh. Like they were interesting, cool characters too. Like you thought that they would keep on living, but no, they all just got killed off.
Like with Dragon Ball Z, like I kind of grew up with that. I found it really annoying, like as it went by, like how like the characters who died would just get revived with the Dragon Balls. So like the deaths wouldn't really mean anything. Like whenever like when Goku died against like Cell and like that Cell fight.
Yeah.
Goku died. I'm like, oh, he'll just come back with the Dragon Balls. Like it's no problem.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't really hit me emotionally.
Yeah, it's tough to be connected to those characters when you know that even if they die, they can just come back. I don't know how many times Goku got revived in that show. It was literally multiple times. But I like Attack on Titan or just like any show really that has real stakes, and that's like going back to the Naruto versus Pain fight. Like even though everyone did get revived at the end, and it was kind of like that sort of like safe cliche where everyone gets revived. It was cool how this dude just came in and just fucked up everyone.
Yeah, it's kind of badass.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like bringing it back to music, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but like we went on this tangent because I was talking about how like FLCL is like a super densely packed show, and so is Death Grips and their music. And I just like things that take risks to be unique. Yeah, similar like Attack on Titan with their like they have no fear in killing off characters, or with FLCL with their densely packed storyline, or with music you have Death Grips with their like crazy dense sound that would just sound annoying to most people, which I completely understand. But if you guys just give it some more listens with an open mind,
yes,
it would expand your mind.
Yes, I think it's really refreshing.
Yeah, it's just nice to see try something new rather than like the samey stuff. That's kind of how I feel about the Marvel movies, really. Just like the Marvel movies, like they have the superheroes, right? But I mean, a lot of the stories follow a pretty similar structure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're good movies, undoubtedly, but it's like Marvel good. Like, you're going in and you're like, no, that, the superhero, like if it's his origin story, he's gonna get those superpowers, and then he's gonna fight this unstoppable force or seemingly unstoppable force. It's gonna climax to a certain point where like the superhero is struggling to fight off the bad guy, but in the end, like the superhero is gonna prevail no matter what.
Predictable.
Yeah. They did switch it up kind of with the Thanos movies.
Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah, but every other movie was like, okay, this is kind of like it's good, but I get it. I get what you're doing here. I see what's going on. I just like things that like to take risks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something that I like to ask everyone about on this podcast is their plans for their future or for college. I think it's just nice to get it's just like an easy question since we're all like just graduated and ready to move on to like that next stage in our life. And I think it's cool and sort of relatable to hear what everyone's doing. So what are your plans for like moving into this next school year?
So I'll go to NIU next year.
Are you going to be doing that Rockford Promise thing?
No, I'm doing the Husky Pledge.
Oh, It's
the same thing. It's the same thing.
Wait, so how did you get the Husky Pledge instead of the... You're good.
Yeah.
How did you get the Husky Pledge instead of the Rockford Promise?
So I didn't apply for the Rockford Promise on time. So then I looked into like the Husky Pledge program, and then I emailed the financial aid advisor. I'm like, hey, can I get into this? And he was like, yeah, just as soon as we get your final transcript, like with that 3.0 GPA or above.
Yeah.
Like, it's automatic. I'm like, cool.
Is the Husky Pledge with Harlem? Or because they're like the Harlem Huskies, right? Or am I?
But NIU's Husky too.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know what their mascot was. That's so funny that you just straight up missed the deadline. Like that's kind of awful. It's like kind of bad, but that's so funny. But I'm glad you were able to like get in regardless. Like, yeah, that's cool how you found like another way in. So is it like literally the same thing where you just have to pay room and board?
Yeah. And then for my major, I'm like really indecisive right now. Like I kind of want to do psychology like on the pre-med track.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I want to do engineering too.
Yeah, I remember you were like deep into engineering in high school. You
Yeah.
did like 3, maybe even 4 years of it.
I kind of got sick of it though.
Yeah.
So like, and then like, I think like psychiatry would be really interesting. Like going into that.
Yeah.
Med school scares me though. Like med school is scary.
Yeah, like that's gonna be hard, right? Med school or like, I mean, college is hard in general, but anyone trying to get into med school has a really tough time. But you could do it, I bet.
I think I'm gonna like try a year, like just general studies. Like kind of test the waters. you know?
And
See how life in college is like.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's tough to determine like a specific path in life that you want to take at this very moment. Because like, I mean, we don't really have much experience in anything apart from like the few tad bits that they give us in high school. But even then, that's not terribly helpful if you're trying to like set the rest of your life's career in one field. So the idea is to try to go into like a psych major, and then, but if that doesn't like work out, you'll fall back on engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. So the idea is to be a psychiatrist in the end.
Yeah.
So okay, so like I always get psychologist and psychiatrist mixed up. Like, could you explain the difference between the two?
I'm pretty sure psychologists study psychology and stuff,
Yeah.
and like psychiatrists actually like deal with patients
Oh, okay.
and prescribe medications and stuff.
Okay.
Like talk to them and see what's going on.
Okay. That makes sense. Oh, cool. I have to admit, that's not really like a field that I imagined you in, but like,
I like talking to people, but I mean, I'm kind of nervous right now. Like,
yeah, no, I get that,
but
no, I don't blame you for being nervous on the podcast at all. Like, I was super nervous the first time and every time really, but yeah, that's super dope. That's super dope. So one thing that I've kind of known you for is like you're really good at skateboarding, like
I wouldn't say really good, but
I mean, like you're better than me by a long shot. So like, I mean, just how did you get into that?
So like I skated like a while back, like when I was like 5, and I grew up with the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like I never actually skated till like 2 years ago when I started watching the X Games and stuff. And then like I started watching like skate videos. I'm like, maybe I should like get into this again. I started to learn how to like do tricks and stuff.
Yeah, I remember like when you first started getting into it, you would just like send me videos of you practicing, not even outside, just like in your living room, because that was like the only place that you could like practice
my
trips.
basement.
Your basement, yeah. Like you would just be on the carpet trying to do pop shove-its or ollies or whatnot. Like
it was so bad. Like every time I look at those videos now, like I cringe.
Yeah, but that's how it is for everything. I mean, you start out in like a sucky spot. I mean, I know I can't even do like a good ollie 99% of the time. Like skateboarding's super hard. I can't, like, watching like these really good skaters like do their thing. Like how many times did they have to fall and pick themselves back up? How many broken bones did they go through to like get that good? Because like you're just like any other sport, you're kind of at the will of like you're at the will of physics.
Yeah.
Like you have to move so fast on your skateboard and doing all these tricks. Like if you mess something up, gravity is going to bring you to the ground eventually. Yeah. Have you had any like bad falls recently or like at any point?
Recently, no. Actually, I don't think I've ever had a really, really bad fall. Like, actually, I did roll my ankle like really bad off this ramp like a month or two ago.
Jeez.
I had like a whole golf ball on my foot. Like it was like my foot was super swollen. I still skated with it though. Like
that's dope though.
I wasn't gonna let that stop me.
Dude, that's dope. Like even though you had that injury, you were still willing to go on.
Because I kept skating on it, like it lasted for like a month.
Wow.
I still like it's like gone. It's completely gone now. But like still when I like walk sometimes or like push on my skateboard, my ankle just like falls.
It just collapses. It just gives out, man. Dude, I have a lot of respect for that. Like, despite this injury that most people would like, most people would probably quit skateboarding for a little bit, but you just decide to go ahead and keep doing it. Yeah, dude, I have so much respect for that. I
mean, like it's pretty boring without skateboarding. So, like,
yeah. Is there like anything else you really do?
Not really.
Yeah.
Other than like sleep. Watch anime.
Because again, your parents do keep a pretty tight ship around you. Like you pretty much only can go out skateboarding, right? Yeah, but yeah, that's super dope that you found something that you enjoy, like skateboarding. Do you imagine yourself continuing skateboarding in the future, like getting really good?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Like, except like I don't think like I'd get to the level like. I'm not sure if I'm pretty like I don't know why I'm stuttering so much.
No,
I definitely wouldn't like get to that high level of like tray flips off 10 stairs or something.
Yeah.
Like
So if
Like-
you had to, so if you had to choose between, your college major, which at the moment is going to be like psychology or psychiatry, if you had to choose between that or like pro skateboarding, which one would you choose?
Shoot. Like, I'd love to go into pro skateboarding, like skate every day, like practice every day, like get better. Like, it's doable, I think. But my parents wouldn't allow that, I think.
Yeah,
And
I get that.
It's so risky, I think. I'm like, it's so risky. There are so many good skaters in Rockford already.
Yeah.
It's like so much competition. I think you just have to get lucky and like know the right people to actually be at that pro level and like make a living out of it.
Yeah, I never really imagined Rockford as like a hot spot for skating before that movie Minding the Gap. Like you've watched that, right?
Yeah.
That was actually that was actually made by one of my brother's friends,
Ooh.
Bing Lu. Like he went, it was Bing Lu, right? Or Lu Bing.
Yeah.
It was one of the
Something
two.
like that, yeah.
I might have reversed the order, but my brother was actually friends with him. He talked about like he would hang out with them occasionally. He wasn't like tight friends with them, but like he's like been around them before, and it was just it's just kind of weird seeing your hometown in a movie.
It was weird. It was so weird.
Yeah,
And like to think that millions of people like saw what Rockford looked like.
Yeah, like
I mean, like I feel like millions and millions of people already know what Rockford is, but like just to think about like so many people around the nation, maybe even the world, like saw spots in Rockford.
Yeah.
And like saw them like not as like a hometown or anything. Like saw like how they saw it like
They're looking at it from an outside perspective.
Yeah, from an outside perspective. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it.
Yeah, and we're looking at it like, oh, I know that spot. That's where it was, and it's just crazy to think that that movie is like set in our hometown, and it went on to be nominated for it was either an Oscar or an Academy Award, but one of the big ones. Yeah, it didn't win, unfortunately. Rip, but like it's crazy to think that
Oscar nomination is like still really good, I think.
Yeah, no, that's fucking magnificent.
Yeah,
especially like I think he's done like a few other films before, but that was like one of his first like major productions. And like
I think he came out with. I think he's coming out or already came out with like another documentary.
Oh yeah,
about these kids in Chicago.
Yeah. Dude, like it's weird to think that it's weird to think of your hometown on like other people's sites.
Yeah.
To think that we have like big talent here. Like one thing that kind of threw me off guard was the idea that what's his name? Who's the off-white guy?
The off-white guy.
The dude. He was discovered by Kanye and
Virgil Abloh or something.
Virgil Abloh. Yeah, it's weird to think that he went to Boylan.
Yeah, that is weird.
That school, like the private school here in Rockford. It's so strange that we have like big name people from here. Yeah.
Fred Van Fleet.
Oh yeah, like, Fred Van Fleet.
He's big now.
Is he? Like
yeah,
I know he went to like he played in like the actual NBA, right? But I didn't realize. I didn't like. No, he was like big.
Yeah, I've seen him like in so many like just basketball Instagram posts.
Yeah,
stuff. like not Rockford basketball, just like actual basketball pages. Like, oh my God, Fred Van Vliet's so good.
Yeah, and he was like a gifted alumni, right?
Yeah.
It was so strange to like
seeing his highlights is crazy.
Yeah, and like back in. Yeah, I forgot.
I remember in middle school he came and visited.
Yeah, I forgot how long ago that was. That was in 6th grade. This dude's old now. What the heck?
Yeah, he like Everybody made him sign like their forehead.
Yeah, I saw people coming in with like they're holding their shoes and they're like, Fred VanVleet just signed my shoes. He's just hanging out in the hallway.
Dude, I wish I still had that note card.
Oh, you had a note card?
I had a note card with the signature on it. Like I put it in my yearbook, but it's just lost now.
Oh, like do you still have your yearbook?
Yeah.
Okay, but the card itself is
Card's
lost.
just gone.
Yeah, I never even like I got the chance to like go see him because I was in class when he was there.
Ooh.
and then he left after, so rip, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Is there any like celebrities that you look up to?
Not really.
Not really?
I'm not really a celebrity follower guy.
Oh, that's good. That's actually a really good mindset. I don't think it's bad at all to follow celebrities if there's like one that inspires you, but to be like deeply involved in like, all their drama, everything that's going in their life, like that's
just like, that's excessive.
Yeah, you don't need, like, for example, Kanye West. He's like an interesting figure. He's had such a deep influence on music, and like he's also now he's influencing clothing and now Christian culture even.
Yeah.
Like he just has such a ingrained influence on pop culture. Like he's an interesting guy to follow if you're interested in any of those things. But there's also this aspect of, he's involved in so much drama. There's so much things going down with his life, whether it's like beef with Taylor Swift or beef with his ex-wife now. It's like you don't really need to go down those rabbit holes of following those people. Yeah, like
focus on your own life.
Exactly. Like you don't need to, like you have your own life to live. You don't need to be so deeply involved in other people's lives, in the sense that like you don't have to give up your own well-being to follow this other person's drama who has zero relationship to you.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we are at we're closing in on an hour now. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything you want to?
I don't know.
Well, first of all, how long have you been growing out that afro? Because it looks delicious.
Ooh, thank you. I've been growing it out for, I mean, I've been trimming it and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've had this since I cut my hair got cut. Like I had an afro
I remember
for a
that.
while, and then my mom was like, let me trim it for you. Like my mom really wanted it gone. I'm like, she was like, let me trim it for you. I'm like, sure. And I trusted her. I actually trusted her, and she cut my hair like really short, and I didn't even notice because like I didn't have a mirror or anything to see. And then I look in the mirror and it's just all gone. I'm like,
that story is like actually gonna make me cry because I know how my mom used to be on my ass about my hair all the time too. Like she would be like, you need to cut that whole thing off. That's not how my mom talks. She's Asian, and like even if I did an Asian accent, that's not what she sounds like. But the point being that like she wanted me to cut my hair too, and I would never let her touch my hair. I'm like, even now she's more used to it and she doesn't care so much anymore, but I still don't trust like that. But dude.
Yeah. But like, I think it was like last winter. I got it cut. No, not last winter, but the winter before that.
Yeah.
I got it cut. And then like, I've been growing it out.
Yeah, dude, it looks magnificent. But I remember it got to like that size before the first time you were growing it out, and then I heard from someone, it was probably like Mike or Eli or someone, that it was all gone, and I didn't believe it. I'm like, no, no, my beautiful man's hair, my man's beautiful hair.
It was so weird to feel like air running through my ears.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like having short hair.
I felt naked, like in the hallways. Stuff.
Dude, like I like one of the main things that I like about having long hair is that like the way it feels like when you're running your hands through it. I don't know. It's kind of harder to run your hands through your afro. Dude.
I do it at home.
Yeah,
I do it at home when I don't have to worry about it.
Is it because I know you use like to like pick to sort of brush it. Does that feel kind of like funky or like fun? Dude, I mean, I only ask because I only ask because like I really like the feeling of just like brushing my hair or combing my hair, anything like that.
It's really annoying to me, I think.
Oh, really?
Like, it's like, no, it's really annoying when I first wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really nappy.
Oh, does it look different when you wake up?
Yeah, kind of ugly.
Oh, really?
Like my older brother calls it a crow's nest. He's like, boy, why you got a crow's nest on
Is
your
it like
head?
flat in the back from laying on it?
It's flat in the back and like curly, like all like just everywhere.
Oh, gotcha.
Like on the sides and stuff.
Yeah, my hair does the same thing. Like it's better. Like if my hair's dry, I can usually come out in the morning. Like I can just like pat it down and it's like decent enough. But if I go to bed with my hair wet, I will wake up with it literally everywhere. Yeah, dude.
Like, it's like the thing with my hair. It's like it's really fluffy.
Yeah.
So like after like I pick it out in the morning and stuff, and it gets like messy again. So like before I go out later in the day, it's like. It's not nice, but it's not annoying to pick out, I think.
Yeah.
Just picking it out.
Gotcha. How big do you want to grow it out? Would you grow it out bigger if you could?
I don't know. I don't really like it when it's super long to the point where it's like hard to manage.
Yeah.
Oh, when I'm laying down in bed and like the hair just like comes in my eyes, that's so annoying. That is so annoying when like I'm trying to watch anime like in bed, like,
and you just literally can't see it because your hair is covering your eyes and you can't really
I have to
move
like pull it behind my ears and stuff.
That's so funny. I don't know if you remember Adam, but he has like curly hair. Maybe similar to mine. I was gonna say maybe more curly than mine, but maybe not. Maybe similar, but he was telling me about how when his hair grows out, it starts getting in his ears, and then he'll have like waxy hair.
Oh,
dude, hair is weird. Like, how weird is it that like we're related to monkeys and they're like covered in hair head to toe, but then like we just have it on top of our head
and our eyebrows.
This is another weird. Do chimpanzees have eyebrows? No.
I don't think they do.
Do we have to look up a picture now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look it up. I've never really thought about that. Like, what other animals have eyebrows? Like, none. What is the purpose that they serve? Because we have eyelashes to keep like dirt and specks out of our eyes, but eyebrows, like, they just kind of sit there. And like people who shave their eyebrows, it looks off. It looks very strange.
Chimpanzees have bigger eyes, noses, and more pronounced eyebrows, but I don't see them.
All right, let me see a picture of these eyebrows.
Shoot, let me find a good one. There's like no hair up there.
This like they have like a fold there, but there's not hair there.
Yeah,
that's a fake eyebrow. That's like
fibrow.
Fibrow. Yeah, that's so weird. That like, how do other animals look at us? Like, because like every other animal, they're like either covered in hair, or if you're like a dolphin, you're just smooth and clean, got nothing on you. And like, how do other animals look at us? Like, are we
like gross? That we don't have hair,
dude. I can't even look like some people. I can't even like with just with other human beings. Some people, I'm just like, oh, you're like gross. That's so mean, but like, you know what I'm saying. Like some people just look like they haven't taken care of themselves for their entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so strange, dude. Well, again, do you want to wrap this up? Anything else you want to say? Got any important messages to leave people with? All right. Nah, nothing at all.
Nah.
Nothing you want to plug, nothing you want to say?
nothing coming to mind right now.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being on, Nasir. I know it was like, I know you had to like sneak your way onto this podcast, but I'm super glad I got to have you on. Yeah, well, thank you for being on.
Of course.
Thank you for listening. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.